All right, now to give us more perspective on this, we are joined in this broadcast by Dr. Titipol Pakrivanich, who is, of course, a faculty of political science at the WION Ratchathani University and is joining us live from Bangkok. Dr. Titipol, this is an earthquake which was very strong in the place of its epicenter. Do you think Myanmar and its adjoining nations are prepared for an earthquake of this magnitude?
I think this is one of the problem for countries in South Asia. We don't actually prepare much for this. Actually, Myanmar and the northern part of Thailand, like provinces in the north, like Chiang Mai, Mae Hong Son, they are actually in the earthquake lines, and we tend to have this kind of minor earthquake in the upper region of the country, close to Myanmar. But with this scale, I don't think countries like Thailand and Myanmar are very well prepared for that. That is one of the main problems that I have seen this time that happened, because I just happened to be in Bangkok because I had a meeting today in the afternoon, and we were in the meeting. No one was actually thinking of the earthquake when this happened, and we all realized that it was the earthquake. That was quite an experience for many people in Bangkok, that we never experienced that. And if you look at the report in Thailand, you have seen like a numbers of pictures showing cracks and things on the building. That also raised another awareness for people in Thailand about the quality of the construction of the building. And because many people actually question a lot about the quality of the construction of the building, especially public buildings that is built by the government or government officials.
Right.
And partly because of the problem of corruption, that is actually one of the main questions that has raised amongst Thai.
What is interesting is that this region, although it is very prone to earthquakes because it sits on the fault line of the Burma plate and the Indian plate that is, of course, pushing in, the fact that lessons obviously haven't been learned in terms of preparing for these kind of eventualities. Do you think this earthquake today would serve as a sort of a wake-up call for the governments in Myanmar and the adjoining regions, including in places like Thailand, to prepare for earthquakes? Because this is something that can happen because Myanmar sits on a seismic fault line.
Yeah, I think because if you look at this in terms of natural disaster, I think Thailand and Myanmar should have been much better, considering the history that we had the tsunami in 2005, if I remember the number correctly. That was one of the main natural disaster that raised awareness amongst Thai, and the Thai government actually to prepare for this kind of scale of natural disaster. Because even today, when it happened, people also raise a question about the possibility of the the tsunami in the south or north. And this is a kind of thing we haven't seen much of the preparation by the Thai government. Because I remember traveling to Phuket, and I can just see very simple thing, just like decide to evacuate or to move away, and that is not quite a constructive way to prepare. Because after it's happened today, many people talk about the government failure to keep people informed and
Right.
know the situation. Like, for example, today most people have smartphone, and most people in Thailand have access to internet.
Right.
And phone application is a very simple, typical thing that most people around the world talk about that. And many people actually raise a concern and question the
Indeed.
ability of government to inform people, like why we didn't actually get any kind of notification. Because with this kind of thing that could happen,
Right.
happened, there might be a sign or some kind of information that the government should have had and
All right.
signal to the people.
Indeed, we're completely out of time, but thank you very much indeed, Dr. Titipol, for joining us with that perspective there.
Yeah, thank you.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.